The night was quiet, yet Amina's heart wasn't. She stood by her window staring at the dim streetlight that flickered like her hope. For the 100th time she whispered the same question into the darkness. Why do people only listen when you break? She had spent so long trying to be heard, by family, by friends, by the person she loved. But nothing changed. And today something inside her finally cracked. Amina sank onto her bed, feeling the weight of her silent screams pressing down on her. The room felt both like a sanctuary and a prison, as the twilight slowly faded into the night, wrapping her in shadows. In that moment she realized that the pain of being unheard was heavier than any burden she had ever carried. With a swift movement, Amina wiped away her tears, meeting her own gaze in the mirror, determination igniting within her. The reflection showed not just a girl lost in despair, but a woman ready to reclaim her voice. Stepping outside into the cool night air, she felt a surge of courage as the world around her transformed, the moonlight guiding her path to new beginnings. Amina was that friend who cared too deeply, loved too loudly, and forgave too quickly. She believed people would treat her heart gently simply because she treated theirs with softness. But life doesn't always work like that. She begged for simple respect, honesty, attention, acknowledgement, but instead she was met with excuses, silence, and empty promises that repeated like a broken song. As the rain fell softly against the window pane, Amina reflected on her friendships that had turned bittersweet. She often wondered why kindness was met with apathy, longing for those she cared for to reciprocate her deep affection. The letters and notes, once filled with laughter and joy, now lay scattered reminders of trust broken and dreams deferred. In her heart, Amina struggled, caught between hope and despair, yearning for a connection that felt genuine once more. With each step, Amina sought solace in the familiar streets that had once brought her joy. The vibrant storefronts seemed to mock her heavy heart, their colors a stark contrast to her feelings of isolation. Yet amidst the dull ache of disappointment, a flicker of determination ignited within her. She knew that despite the pain, she had the power to reshape her narrative and seek out those who would cherish her heart as fiercely as she cherished theirs. One day, after another painful argument, she realized something. Repeating her feelings to people who refused to change wasn't communication anymore. It was begging. And Amina was done begging. She wiped her tears, took a slow breath, and decided to change her life, even if it meant walking alone for a while. With each step away from the familiar, Amina felt the weight of her past lifting, replaced by the promise of new beginnings. She embraced the uncertainty of the future, knowing that solitude could also be a source of strength. In this newfound solitude, Amina discovered the joys of her own company, filling her days with laughter, exploration, and self-discovery. Each moment became a stepping stone towards the person she had always wanted to be. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Amina felt a profound sense of peace wash over her, realizing that she had finally started to live for herself. This was not just a change in scenery, but a transformation of spirit, a celebration of resilience and newfound joy. With each passing day, Amina embraced her passions, exploring art and creativity that had long been silenced. The world, once daunting, now revealed itself as a canvas for her dreams and aspirations. Her first step was silence, not the silence of pain, but the silence of power. She stopped explaining herself to people who didn't value her voice. She stopped fighting for people who never fought for her. Instead, she began fighting for her own peace. And for the first time, the world felt strangely calm. She found solace in nature, where the gentle rustle of leaves and the melody of birds became her new companions. With every breath, she reclaimed her strength, allowing herself to be present in the moment. As day turned to night, she realized that her journey to find peace was not just about solitude, but about embracing her own story and celebrating her resilience. With each step, she shed the weight of others' expectations, embracing the freedom to explore her own desires and dreams unencumbered by doubt. From that high vantage point, she understood that her journey was only just beginning. The horizon now beckoned with opportunities as her heart soared with hope. As she settled into the warmth of her new life, she cherished the moments of stillness, recognizing that true power came from within and that self-love was her greatest ally. Days passed and Amina focused on small things: morning walks, journaling, listening to motivational messages. Each little moment felt like stitching her heart back together. She didn't need them anymore. She needed herself. She realized that when you stop chasing people, you start attracting the right ones. As Amina embraced her solitude, she found peace in moments spent alone. Meditation became her refuge, allowing her to reconnect with her inner self. Each day the sun set with a promise of renewal, lighting the path to a future filled with hope. In time, Amina stood before the mirror, recognizing the woman she was becoming, confident, strong, and full of love for herself. She began to attract friendships that were genuine, gathered around a bonfire, where laughter and stories intertwined, creating bonds that nourished her spirit. Amina nurtured her dreams like a small plant, carefully tending to them as they took root in her heart. Her journal transformed into a canvas for her aspirations, each word reflecting her newfound clarity and purpose. With each step, Amina embraced the world around her, radiating positivity and welcoming new connections with open arms. Sitting in a quaint cafe, she sipped her tea, immersing herself in stories that inspired her journey forward. The same people who ignored her started noticing her absence. They called, texted, sent long messages filled with sudden concern. But she didn't go back. Because healing had taught her something powerful. People listen better when you stop speaking and start moving differently. As days turned into weeks, she found solace in her own company, learning to understand her worth. No longer did she seek validation from those who overlooked her. She had embraced her journey of self-discovery. With each step forward, she began to attract those who truly valued her spirit. The warmth of genuine relationships became her new reality, replacing the shadows of her past. Empowered by her experiences, she found joy in helping others on their own paths. In sharing her journey, she inspired those around her to embrace their own healing. Her voice became a beacon of hope, echoing through the hearts of many. She realized that her struggles had the power to uplift others, creating a ripple effect of healing. In creating safe spaces for others to share, she discovered the magic of empathy. With every story exchanged, bonds were forged, and together they navigated the complexities of life. Transforming pain into art became a powerful outlet for her community. Through creativity, they found healing expression and a shared sense of purpose that resonated deeply within. She set goals, real ones. She wanted to build a business, upgrade her skills, and grow her mind. Every day she pushed herself. Some nights she cried, but she kept going. Respecting herself felt better than being accepted by people who mistreated her. With each passing day, she embraced challenges that once seemed insurmountable, transforming her fears into stepping stones towards success. Days turned into months as she forged connections and sought knowledge, laying the foundation for her dreams. Nights spent studying, combined with moments of self-reflection, fueled her ambition to rise above her past. Her dedication paid off when she finally opened the doors to her own cafe, a dream she nurtured through sleepless nights. The moment she served her first customer was overwhelming, filling her with a sense of accomplishment that no acceptance from those who mistreated her could ever match. As her cafe flourished, she began sharing her knowledge by hosting workshops, inspiring others to follow their dreams with the lessons she had learned. Moments of joy with friends reminded her that true success is about connection and community, a stark contrast to the loneliness she once felt. One afternoon, while working at a cafe, an older woman sat beside her and said, "You look like someone who finally woke up." Amina smiled. The woman continued, "My dear, when people don't respect your feelings, it's because they don't see your worth. But when you see your worth, everything changes." Amina pondered the woman's words, feeling a shift within herself as the city hummed outside. The cafe, filled with the aroma of freshly brewed coffee, suddenly felt like a space of revelation and possibility. With each cup of coffee she served, Amina felt a spark of energy igniting her spirit, as if the woman's wisdom infused her every action. The cafe became not just her workplace, but a canvas for her emerging self-worth. As days passed, Amina's confidence blossomed, drawing friends closer and creating a lively atmosphere filled with laughter. Each interaction became an opportunity to celebrate her worth, allowing her to shine in ways she never imagined. The older woman returned, her eyes sparkling with wisdom, and together they delved deeper into conversations about self-worth and resilience. Amina listened intently, feeling her journey transform with every word exchanged. Those words ignited something powerful inside her. She started walking taller, speaking clearer, choosing herself boldly. She cut off the dead weight. Relationships built on disrespect, friendships built on gossip, family patterns built on emotional neglect. She freed herself. With every step she took, the world around her began to transform. New opportunities emerged, and she found herself surrounded by people who uplifted her spirit. The journey ahead was uncertain, but her heart was filled with hope and excitement. She embraced new experiences and learned from those who had walked similar paths. Nights turned into mornings filled with creativity as she explored her passion for writing and began sharing her story with others. Her story resonated with many, creating bonds that she had never imagined possible. Each conversation sparked inspiration, and she became part of a community where support and empowerment thrived. As her confidence grew, she discovered the beauty of genuine connections. Moments spent with her new friends and time in nature allowed her to appreciate the journey she was on, filling her heart with joy. Giving back became a cornerstone of her life, enriching her spirit and solidifying her purpose. In quiet moments under the stars, she penned down her dreams, ready to chase them with unwavering resolve. Months passed and her transformation became visible. She launched her online business. She improved her body, her mindset, her confidence. She became someone she wished she had years ago. And the same people who once ignored her now asked, "How did you change like this?" With each passing day, she built her brand and gained followers who admired her journey. Her social media presence grew, filled with testimonials and success stories. Those who once overlooked her now sought her advice, eager to learn about her transformation. She often reflected on how far she had come, surrounded by reminders of her goals and dreams. Surrounded by loved ones, she celebrated milestones in her journey, grateful for their support and proud of her accomplishments. Embracing her newfound confidence, she started hosting live webinars, sharing her journey and strategies with others seeking change. In her quiet moments, she meticulously planned her future, driven by ambition and a desire to inspire. She began mentoring others, eager to guide those who were where she once was, inspiring them to believe in themselves. At community events, she took center stage, encouraging everyone to pursue their dreams and share their unique stories. Amina didn't brag or explain. She simply said, "I stopped trying to be loved by people who didn't know how to love. I started choosing myself." It wasn't revenge. It was healing, and healing was beautiful on her. In the serene embrace of nature, Amina began to uncover layers of herself she never knew existed. The garden bloomed, mirroring the revival within her heart as she took steps towards unfurling her true essence. With each brushstroke, Amina poured her soul onto the canvas, transforming her emotions into art. Surrounded by laughter and love, she found a tribe that celebrated her authenticity, marking the beginning of a joyful chapter. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Amina felt a surge of empowerment. This was not just a journey of self-discovery, it was the birth of hope as she embraced a future filled with endless possibilities. In quiet moments, Amina found solace within the pages of a book, each word igniting her imagination. With her journal as a companion, she mapped out her dreams, turning aspirations into reality. As Amina engaged with her community, she discovered that healing also meant sharing her journey. With every act of kindness, she created ripples of love, fostering connections that deepened her sense of belonging. One evening, she sat on her balcony watching the sunset melt into gold. She whispered to herself, "I'm proud of you." For the first time ever, she meant it. Pain had pushed her. Silence had strengthened her. Self-respect had saved her. She took a deep breath, letting the crisp evening air fill her lungs, feeling an exhilarating freedom wash over her. In that quiet moment, she realized how far she had come, every tear and heartache transforming into a stepping stone towards her newfound strength. Her heart swelled with gratitude for every challenge she had faced, each one carving out her identity and teaching her resilience. With each turn of the page, she celebrated not just her victories, but also the lessons learned along the way, embracing her journey with open arms. As stars began to twinkle in the night sky, she smiled, knowing that she had finally become her own anchor in a world that once felt so overwhelming. In that moment, she made a silent promise to herself to continue embracing growth and to shine brightly, just like the stars illuminating the night. With newfound resolve, she whispered into the night, ready to chase her dreams, knowing that her journey had only just begun. Now, when someone disrespected her boundaries, she didn't argue, she walked away. When someone didn't listen, she didn't repeat, she removed herself. When someone tried to manipulate her kindness, she protected her peace. She didn't lose her softness, she learned to guard it. In quiet moments, she reflected on what truly mattered, embracing her journey of self-discovery. Surrounded by nature, she found comfort in solitude, allowing herself to grow without pressure from others. With each passing day, she learned that her strength lay not just in resilience, but in her ability to cherish her inner softness. As she gazed at the still waters, clarity washed over her, and she understood her worth extended beyond others' perceptions. Nurturing herself became a priority, much like tending to a delicate seedling that needed her care. With every step forward, she recognized that true strength was cultivating both her independence and compassion. In the heart of the city, she embraced connections, yet remained true to herself, effortlessly balancing kindness and confidence. At home, she created sacred spaces, filling them with light and love, where she could unwind and recharge. Through these experiences, she discovered the beauty of living authentically without sacrificing her peace. Life rewarded her courage. New friends came, friends who valued her, encouraged her, respected her. Even love found her again, but this time she recognized red flags early, and she chose someone who listened the first time. She had opened her heart once more, finding joy in authentic connections and nurturing relationships that lifted her spirit. Every day brought new opportunities to grow, as she surrounded herself with those who truly cherished her, letting go of past shadows. With each passing moment, she learned to embrace her worth, realizing that true friendship and love flourished when grounded in respect and authenticity. She became a beacon of hope for others, sharing her story while also planning for a future that reflected her deepest aspirations and values. Her journey inspired creativity and joy, letting her spirit flourish as she nurtured meaningful connections and embraced her passions. With each adventure taken, she discovered new layers of herself, realizing that life was a beautiful journey filled with endless possibilities. She found happiness in life's little moments, cherishing both the vibrant relationships she had fostered and the peaceful solitude that nurtured her soul. Her story became a testimony, one she shared with women, men, and anyone who had ever felt unheard. "You teach people how to treat you," she said, "and if they refuse to learn, let them fail the class. Your life is too precious to waste on disrespect." As she left the podium, she carried with her the weight of countless stories, each one a thread woven into the fabric of her own. In the quiet moments of her life, she found strength in the laughter and tears shared with others. Each scar told a story of resilience, reminding her that every challenge faced was a step towards empowerment. With each passing day, she inspired those around her to embrace their own journeys, shining a light on the importance of self-respect and courage. With every workshop she facilitated, her mission became clearer: to equip others with the tools needed to stand tall against adversity. Together they explored the power of self-advocacy, transforming pain into purpose. In that vibrant room, echoing with laughter and reflection, she encouraged each participant to voice their truths. The collective energy forged connections that would last long after the session ended, igniting a movement of empowerment. Amina stood stronger, wiser, and more peaceful than ever. And now her message is for you. If you keep repeating yourself and nothing changes, understand, it's time to change yourself, not the person. Choose your peace, choose your growth, choose your worth. Embracing the journey of transformation, Amina discovered that true strength lies within. With every challenge faced, she chose to evolve rather than blame others. In this space of personal growth, Amina invites you to recognize your own potential. As she walked through the forest, Amina felt each step guiding her towards clarity. She began to write her dreams and intentions, turning her reflections into actionable goals, reminding you that every journey starts with a single step. In a small cafe, Amina gathered people around her, sharing her story of resilience and transformation. Her words resonated deeply, inspiring others to embrace change and pursue their own paths towards self-discovery and inner peace. Leading a workshop filled with eager listeners, Amina spoke about the significance of recognizing one's worth. Her enthusiastic gestures animated her message, empowering others to take charge of their lives and make impactful changes. Did this story inspire you? Have you ever felt unheard? What lesson did you take from Amina's journey? Comment below, like the video, subscribe for more stories, turn on notifications, share this to inspire someone today.